Hello everybody, this is Make It Better, and let's get back into it. I'm sorry for all this, but some parts of the last story will be cut off because I can't edit it, and I didn't really like how I ended it. Someone was in the room with me, and I cannot focus when someone was in there. She's my little sister, and she doesn't understand and will ask a lot of questions if I kept going. And I'll do up to where Erie was about to leave. No, where Zuko was meeting up with his friends, and Genta will be also be in this fight. I finally watched the show. Rest of it. Okay, here we go. As Zuko was pretty much walking and showing Erie, Miro and Deku was showing Erie everybody else's projects for the festival. Zuko friends pretty much said, "Hey Zuko, who's that with? Is that?" And Zuko said, "Well, hey, Adrian and Lorenzo, what are you guys doing?" And they say, "Well, we're doing a play for our class." And they say what they're gonna do. And they ask, "And who's this little one?" And Zuko said, "Well, this is Eri. She's one of our new friends." And she kind of like really shy and try to say hello, but like in a squeaky, very squeaky voice. And they both say, "It is like Koda?" And Zuko said yes. And they said okay. And so they just kind of kneel down, pretty much staying on the ground. They took a break, sat on the ground, and said, "Well, hello, Eri? No worries, we're Zuko's friends. We understand. You're welcome to talk to us if you need to." And they just both give a smile. A really general, a good smile. And she just pretty much walked up to them and said, "Hi, Zuko's friends." And the Deku pretty much pat her head and said, "That's good. They're not gonna hurt you. They're great." And so they started leaving, and Zuko and Eri and Mirio went out and did the rest of stuff in canon. Up to where they were leaving, Eri was asked what Zeku's class is doing. And Deku said, "Well, my class is doing a concert, and we're going to do 3 songs." And she asked, "So where are you going to be at?" And Zuko said, "Well, I'm going to be a singer for 2 of the songs, and then the last one will be for my girlfriend. She'll be singing the last one." And she said, "Oni-chan has a girlfriend? Can I meet her?" And Zuko said, pretty much smiled and said, "Of course, Eri, after the concerts." "Okay?" And she said, "Okay," and started leaving. So Zuko pretty much went to his the living area where everybody else was working on designing and planning on everything, how it should look. And at this point, everybody knows what everybody can do in canon. Everybody knows that Juro is going to sing, and they know that Deku is going to sing as well. They were surprised a bit, but they did, and they say okay. Alright, forgot I did that. So Zuko pretty much came up and showed them 2 songs to play first, and then have Juro play the last one. Everybody was agreeing to this, but they want to know what songs that Deku's going to sing, and if they can learn it. Zuko said yes, and he pointed out 2 songs that he can play. He can sing perfectly, all of the lyrics without a script, and pretty simple, technically simple to everybody else that's in the band. Behind this video is going to be two songs that I picked for this. It's going to have have Juro sing along with it, and then yeah. So a few days has passed by, and it's getting to Friday. I'm not sure what day they started, either Friday or Saturday, so I'm doing it on Friday. So everybody's getting ready on Friday, and they were complaining that they don't have enough rope. And Momo was about to make more, but she was in her uniform, and it's pretty hard to get out of it for everybody. And so Zuko spoke up and tell them, I can go and get some stuff from the supply store. And Zuko was about to leave and ask if anybody want anything. They said nothing else, just get the rope and hurry back at exactly this time. Zuko said alright and left. As he was going to the convenience store and walked out, he see two people. And they were saying something, and Zuko was about to ignore it, but they were walking towards UA. And Zuko asked them if... So, it's gonna... I didn't watch the whole thing. Well, I didn't watch it at all. I just remember it. So I don't remember exactly what happened. So it's going to be happening exactly in canon. All the way up to... He's not using his quirk because he seems... is a very sensitive... he's not using his whole thing. He's just using all for one. One for all. And so they're fighting, and up to the point where Guava, the little girl, start giving Gentle a boost, and Zuko sees this, and he sees her love meter is going down while his Gentle is getting loved out, and he's thought of, oh, if that's the case, and he didn't really pack up. Because that's the only reason. He only was fighting in his one form because he didn't have anything else. He didn't have most of his ammo. So he sees this and said, okay then. He did like a Bakugo kind of explosion. A hand and a fist clapping each other. And said, okay. And he made a smaller black zone. And it took him a few seconds, right when Gentle was getting up, and Zuko said, I think I forgot the name. I actually forgot the name. Black Zone. I'm not sure it was better or worse. So he did that exactly when he was about to speak, and it was covering the forest, and everybody can see this, and this what alerted the heroes. So everybody pretty much walked in and about to touch it, but one of their classmates, 1A, pretty much told them to stop and don't touch it. It's it's Deku's quirk. Something is wrong. Wait until he turn off his quirk. And they were about to say no, and someone was gonna touch it, and Kirishima. He was waiting for Deku since he needed the rope. Kirishima told them to stop and actually forced them to move. So he's just like protecting them from the black aura. And at this point, it started shrinking down. Let's move on to Izuku's fight. Bravo was actually in there. He can see still, but barely. So he made like a bunch of his trampolines everywhere. I'm not sure what he called it, but I call it trampolines. Hold on. And so Zuko can see all of them now, since they're a bit whitish, grayish. And Brava, she's completely passed out. Zuko immediately made her pass out. He just touched her head, and she wasn't screaming, she just passed out. He gave her the yellow one, or the orange, one of those two. And yeah, So Gentle was trying to find Deku in the Black Void, but he couldn't find him. And Zuko started to let out the emotions of the black mist, and Gentle started remembering his past and started speaking about his past. And he's just crying. Well, he's trying to fight, but every time he does a bounce, it made him remember how it all came to be. And each time he started to tear up and started crying. Until the very last one, Zuko saw the pattern on how he was doing it and waited in one trampoline area. So he jumped up, waited for the perfect moment, and Gentle didn't notice this because all the tears were covering up his eyes and making it worse for him. So right when he saw Deku giving him a Detroit smash, 20%, and making him hit on the ground, and Zuko pretty much is taking in the. He sees him pretty much laying there, not doing anything, and Zuko noticed that seems like he's passed out. So he starts shrinking it down, and he looks at Gentle, and at this point, Zuko tells him what he was about to do, and ruin a little girl a chance to smile again. And at that point, it's going to happen again. Everything's going. He got. Sorry. And everybody's getting ready. Kirishima pretty much told everybody what's going on and how it works, and Zuko gave him the rope and started getting ready. Putting on his outfit for the songs. So it happened in canon. First the two songs, everybody's getting real hyped up, and then the last one. And the last one is actually with the effects. The first two weren't the effects. No effects, no dancing. It was mostly singing and really getting everybody hyped up. And then the last song show them the grand finale. So everything happens in canon to that point, and Zuko and Jiro finally had time off and tried to enjoy the festival. As Erie was walking up to them, Erie pretty much pulled Zuko asking, "Who's this?" And Zuko said, "Well, hey Erie, where's Mario?" And she said, "He's over there." And Zuko said, "Well, okay. Jiro?" She said, "Yes." And he said, "Erie? This is my girlfriend, Jiro." And she said, "Hi, Jiro. I really liked your singing. And you too, Zuko, Deku. I liked your singing." And at this point, Jiro never got really a was given a compliment, if you know what I'm saying. Good. And was pretty happy, and was even happier from it was from Erie. And so he told her Jiro what's going on with Erie and things like that. And Zuko said, "Oh," and well, everybody pretty much was having fun throughout the festival. And it was getting close to where Erie had to leave. And Zuko said, "Oh, one moment. I need to get something for you." And he told Jiro to wait here, right there. So he went off, get something, and came back. And Jiro asked him what he was doing. And Deku said, "Hold on." And Aries is looking at Deku and said, "Yes, Deku?" And Deku said, "I know that it was a while ago, but you remember how I told you they have these candy apples?" And she said, "Yes. We couldn't find any. I wanted to try one. You said it was sweet, right?" And Deku said, "Yes." And so I knew they were going to run out, so I made this one for you. and she's like so happy. And she sees it, and it took her first bite, and she was like extremely happy with us. And she's like kind of rubbing her cheeks because she's saying it's so sweet. And she left. At this time, everybody in the rest of the class is going out and pretty much enjoying the festival. Deku and Jiro were pretty tired, and their voices getting a little harder to speak. So they left to the dorms. And at this point, it's going to be a little risky. If you guys are not 18 and older, I recommend you not to watch it any further. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but this is going to be the end and nothing else. So yeah, thank you for the video. And okay guys, here we go. 18 plus, meant for the adults only. So they, Zuko and Jiro walked in. Zuko pretty much hand over a drink for Jiro, and Zuko did one as well. And so they're laying down. At first it was on the living room, watching some shows, but Zuko pretty much asked Jiro if you come into my room. And she said okay, she'd seen nothing of it. And Zuko pretty much walked her to his room, closed it, and gave her a guitar, the one that he had. And she said, "What's this for?" And Zuko said, "Shh." And he played a song. Start playing a song. It can be any song you want to play, but it's going to be more of a romantic song. And Zuko said, "Well, let's play. I'm more in the mood of playing a nice, soothing song. Are you okay with that?" And she said, "Yes." I was getting in the mood too, to hear a more soothing voice. And so Zuko started strumming the guitar. He had two, so one for him, one for Jiro. And they just kept playing, nicely. And Zuko was starting to sing. And Jiro, she heard him sing before, but never really a love song of a song. So she was taken back that he can go even sweeter in his voice. And Zuko pretty much finished the song and said, "Feels so much better." And he just pulled up the guitars, and they were just talking pretty much for about 10 minutes. And Zuko pretty much was laying down, just getting like really relaxed. And the Jiro looked and pretty much was snooping around his room because Deku was kind of going to sleep, and he couldn't stop her. What she found? She found the pink one, and the purple, and secretly put one in her mouth and put one in Deku's stomach. And she cracked it and put it into his stomach. Zuko pretty much opened his eyes and said, "Jiro, what did you do?" And Jiro pretty much cracked it in her mouth and took it in. And so this one is what Jiro did. She pushed down Zuko Midoriya down on the bed and slowly taking off his clothes and started kissing him. I'm not going to go any further on kissing. You guys can imagine the rest. And Zuko was enjoying this and took away the purple because he knew the purple was way too much from her, and took away the purple from him and left the pink. And they had one heck of a rocking night. After an hour had passed and both Jiro and Izuku was covering of the blanket was covering, Izuku said, "I wasn't expecting you to take them out this early." And she kind of said, "How what?" I figured as much since you played that song, as they were like breathing in heavily. And they started hearing the footsteps coming in, and everybody's getting close. Now at this time it's around 10. Everybody's pretty much getting into the dorms, getting ready to sleep, and they were all asking where's Deku and where's Jiro. And one of them said, "Hold on, let me call them." And so the girls call Jiro and the guys call Deku at the same time. And Deku and Jiro was rushing to their phones, and that was on the floor in their pants. Hers was in the skirt and his was in the pants, and they were rushing to get it, and it was too late. It started ringing, and their ringtones are completely different. Everybody have a different ringtone for Class 1A. And it's pretty loud, so the guys are closer, and Manila hears this and says, "You guys hear that? I think they're here." And he gets closer to Deku's room, and he hears it. He hears Deku, a ringtone. And then he hears another ringtone. And they're kind of jiggling the door for once Izuku actually locked the door. And I was jiggling the door and knocking on the door. "Hey guys, are you in there? Come out." And pretty much like that. And Deku is... Should we tell them or... And Jiro pretty much is kind of like covering up herself. And Zuko pretty much said, "Oh, fine." And pretty much threw her clothes, and he threw on his clothes as fast as possible. Put in some air freshener, and this about 10 minutes. 5 minutes. And someone, Aizawa gave Momo the keys because she's the class rep and making sure everybody was safe. Pretty much opened the door, and to their surprise, right when she opened the door, they just see Zuko and Jiro just kissing with headsets on, and some the guitar is like on the side, and they Jiro and Zuko pretty much separate and said, "Guys, what? You guys should have knocked." And they did. The girls and the guys are pretty jealous that they did this right there and started leaving because they saw the whole thing and nothing else seemed like it was going on, so they left. They were all jealous and they had no idea what Deku and Jiro actually did. And so I'm gonna have to leave it at this point. Thank you for guys listening to my... Sorry. Thank you for listening to me for my first series. The next one I'm thinking of doing either overpower or mediocre. Not sure yet. I'll ask some friends on which one I should do. And by that time, thank you for listening and have a great day. Bye.